Thank you very much for attending the class of health benefits of Japanese tea. Today's topic focus is catechins. Let's start. Japanese green tea has three major chemical components. First, amino acid. Second, caffeine. And third, catechins. In amino acid, more than half is taken by theanine. Theanine tastes sweet and umami. If you don't know about umami, umami is the fifth taste Japanese scientists discovered. Salty, sweet, bitter, sour, and fifth, umami. If you have tried Japanese food like miso soup, Japanese noodle like udon or soba, the soup, Japanese soup is made with dashi stock, and the taste of dashi is umami. Umami also included in the second largest amino acid component in green tea, glutamic acid. Glutamic acid has umami and sour taste. Second chemical component, caffeine, tastes bitter. And third chemical component, catechins. It's very important. I should not mistake that. Catechins. There are 4 catechins in tea leaves divided by 2. And free catechins taste more bitter than astringent. And ester type catechins has more strong astringent taste. 3 green letters catechin out of 4 are unique in tea leaves. And in catechins, EGCG takes roughly half of total catechin amount. And catechin is a really natural antioxidant and help to prevent your cell damage. Also, reduce creating free radicals. Free radical can cause us aging and multiple type of disease. Then, how these chemical components included differently by tea type. I have to clarify about this graph. When we compare matcha with some other tea types, we have to make apple to apple comparison. So this is the powder tea matcha compared with powder tamarocha or powder sencha. So this is not the comparison of tea liquid to tea liquid. So this is the tea leaf chemical components, not the liquid we drink. First of all, the dark green circled 2T is shade grown, means roughly 3 weeks before the harvest, up to 98% the sunshine is blocked, shaded. So the tea leaf can preserve caffeine and amino acid while suppressing the increasing speed of catechins. And yellow-green circled 3T is open field cultivated tea leaves, no sunshine blocked, full sunshine. And I think bancha include a variety of T type, T. So in this graph, I hope you to focus on sencha and tamayokcha. As you can see in this graph, T leaves of open field cultivation, sencha tamayokcha, has more catechins than gyokuro and matcha. While gyokuro and matcha has more caffeine and amino acid. Amino acid is umami and sweet. Caffeine is bitter. Catechin is astringent. So this is the may influence the taste of each tea type. What kind of health benefit have scientists found for these three chemical components? Well, there are many health benefits has found for catechins compared with caffeine and theanine. So today's focus is catechins. Be more specific, EGCG. So from now, I plan to pick some of the health benefits and explain the mechanism and show the outcome of some research. And I have to explain in advance, maybe more times. Most of health benefit was identified in animal test. And now it's the phase of testing or research whether this benefit it really works for human body. But research still going on. Research still continue. So you can take this one as intermediate research report because I was reminded from multiple researcher or professors. I should not say it's proven. Scientists haven't been concluded the effectiveness of this benefit to human body because it's very difficult to prove. We are not engaged. We are not given the same food, host the same lifestyle. Everybody is unique, different lifestyle, different eating habit, and based on this, it's really define or find out, verified the effectiveness of human body. So you can take this as like a intermediary report. So maybe it's up to you how to interpret. So let's start. First, antivirus effect. It's very hot topic right now. And the mechanism of virus infection is virus itself cannot grow, but once it's connected to our cell, it starts growing our cell. For example, of the left picture, if our body has antibody to A type, our antibody system can catch A type virus, but cannot catch other type virus like B type virus. So eventually, B type virus connect to a cell. Connect means infect and start growing a cell. And in the right picture, catechin, a small green ball, stick around the surface of virus, not let them move around. Also stick the joint part and prevent virus from connecting to cell. And this effect is on animal test proven for influenza, HIV, and polio. This research was conducted in Kikugawa City, a famous tea production area in Shizuoka Prefecture around the season of influenza. for more than 2,000 elementary school children. It's really up to how you interpret this graph, but it looks like if the kids drink at least 1 cup of green tea per day, it looks working. It looks it helps kids from influenza infection. So from this research, it looks for influenza better to drink at least 1 cup a day than not drinking 1 cup a day. Next, anti-cancer. Cancer has a different stage of development. Initially, normal cells at one time turn to mutant cell, and mutant cell turn to cancer, and it get bigger and multiply and transform. And catechin blocks from one stage to another. For example, catechin block from normal cell to move to mutant cell, and block mutant cell to cancer cell. And also, catechins promote apoptosis. Apoptosis means the natural death or disappear or shrink of cancer cell. This cohort study was conducted long period of time, 10 years, to a big number of men and women from middle age to the up. A researcher during this long period, researcher analyzed if somebody developed a new disease and how many, they tried to find out the relationship of Japanese tea consumption and multiple disease occurrence. And for this research, for women, if women drink 5 cups or more, it reduces the risk of gastric cancer. In this graph, it looks between from 1 to 4 cups a day. Doesn't make so big difference, but if women drink 5 cups or more per day, it looks working. And in this research for gastric cancer, scientists couldn't identify that correlationship for men. So this is only for women. There are a lot of medical and clinical terms I cannot pronounce very well. I apologize for that. This is something the cholesterol stick to blood vessel and damage, make the blood vessel harder and make damage. So this is about cholesterol. Our liver create 2 types of cholesterol. One is HDL and another is VLDL. HDL means high density lipoprotein cholesterol, and VLDL is very low density lipoprotein cholesterol. And VLDL eventually turn to LDL. LDL is low density lipoprotein cholesterol. And in Japan, we call HDL is good cholesterol because it's take out unnecessary cholesterol from our tissues. And LDL, we call it bad cholesterol because it's carry cholesterol to our tissues. And catechins promote good cholesterol increase and suppress LDL increase, bad cholesterol increase. So the cholesterol also impact the cardiovascular disease This is another cohort study conducted in northern part of Japan for 6 years, around age of middle age to the up, 40,000 people. And this graph implies at least person consume 1 green tea cup a day. It increase longevity and reduce cardiovascular disease. Anti-aging effect. This is one of scientists' hypotheses. Catechins, once taken to a body, it stays longer in a body and in multiple ways, continuously working to a cell to differentiate and activate. So this is the case of brain cell. Once we drink Japanese green tea, in 2 or 3 hours later, it leads to small intestine, and some of them are taken to brain cell and help brain cells to activate and differentiate. And after the green tea move from small intestine to colon, big intestine, EGCG is decomposed to ECG M5. And this one, again, some of them are taken to brain cell. So it's after 6 hours after we take green tea. So from multiple ways, EGCG continuously working for our cells. This is the project to analyze green tea consumption and cognitive function for 1,000 elderly people. For green tea, the more cup the person drink, the cognitive impairment is improved. I'm not confident about the data of black tea or oolong tea or coffee's case because I'm not certain how many population among 1,000 elderly people drink those beverage regularly. But the green tea is such a common beverage in Japan. I can say that the green tea, yes, probably it works. I don't know whether this the outcome of black tea or oolong tea or coffee really show the effectiveness of this beverage. Antibacterial effect. Virus connect and into a human cell and grow in a human cell, but bacteria grow itself, sometimes create toxin and attacking our cell. So bacteria for catechins, again, green small ball stick around the surface of bacteria and break cell membrane and eventually kill bacteria. Catechins stick the toxin attacking power of bacteria and prevent toxin attacking our cell. This effect is proven for O157 cholera, botulinus, or these bacteria. I think this is a good application example to use this antibacterial effect. If you've ever been to a Japanese sushi restaurant, you may be served green tea with big unomi, thick green tea. We call it agari. It's good to drink a lot because it's refresh your mouth and clear fish odors, plus prevent food poisoning, just in case the seafood is not fresh enough. Okay, anti-allergy effect. This effect is by methylated catechin. It's a unique type of EGCG catechin. And this picture explains the mechanism of allergen. Allergen produce IgG antibody, and if the allergen approach to mast cell, the histamine is released. This special catechin block allergen to produce IgG antibody, also blocks releasing histamine. And this unique catechin includes in Benifuji, Benihomare cultivar. In Japanese cultivar, if the name is starting with Beni, you can think this methylated catechin richly included. By the way, this unique cultivar was developed tea seed brought from India to make black tea or half fermented tea. So it's great to be used as black tea or half fermented tea. But methylated catechin, the important point, methylated catechin is disappeared in the fermented process. So it's best to drink as a green tea. Methylated catechin is not included if you drink in a black tea of Benifuji or Benifuji or Benihomare. This is a small clinical trial. Left picture, left graph is for the symptom of blowing nose, and the right graph is itching eyes. Both are typical allergy symptom, and both looks a very similar trend. The bottom black square is the number of pollen. White triangle is the case of drink Benifuji and ginger together. Black circle is drink Benifuji only, and white square is drink Yabukita only. This result may imply drinking methylated catechin, Benifuji include a lot, plus ginger improve allergy symptom. As the approach to the end, in the tea leaves, roughly 35% is water soluble. So if you brew your Japanese green tea, you can enjoy this 35%. And 65% nutrient is not water soluble. And even 35% like catechin and caffeine or theanine depend on how you brew. Quite a good number remain in your tea leaves. Why not take whole tea leaves? Somebody say matcha is a superfood because it consumes whole. Why not consume all other tea leaves, Japanese tea leaves? Because the tamaructure or central open field cultivated, so more catechins and more vitamin C. Your brewing style also impact the amount of nutrient extracted to your tea liquid. If you focus on catechins, it really reflects the water temperature you brew. In this graph, red color is the highest water temperature, and blue color is the lowest water temperature for brewing tea. I think you want balance of astringent catechins, bitter caffeine, and I think many people like umami or sweet amino acid. So it's really the balance. And Japanese tea, most of the case, infusing time is somewhere between 30 seconds and 2 minutes and a half. Even with that time span, you may realize quite a good number of catechin remain in tea leaves. And catechin tastes bitter and astringent. So how much you can take versus what is your favorite taste. So as a summary, again, research continue, have not reached the conclusion, the effectiveness of human body, it still continues. Looks like some good news, and I really hope researchers find out more health benefits, and open field cultivation like Antivirus Center makes more catechins. If you want to take more catechins, I recommend to take those tea types. And water temperature or brewing time also influence the catechin amount in your teas, and more nutrient in tea leaves than in liquid. Just my recommendation is why not take powder tea. And this is two powder tea from our farmers we host. One is kamairicha powder. It's made from the powder of roasted tamarukucha, very precious tea type. And the second, right side is Benufuki green tea powder from Yakushima Island, World Heritage Island. If you interested, just try, and if you taste your palate, it meet your palate, maybe continue. Like the research, it's very important to continue, keep drinking at least 1 cup a day. So to do that, for you to find your favorite tea type and favorite tea taste and know how to brew and keep continue and get health benefit of catechin and promote your health. Thank you for joining this class. I hope some of this information will help, and I hope some of you who haven't tried Japanese green tea may consider or try, and if you like, and I really hope you could stay healthy and boost healthy with Japanese green tea. Thank you very much.